So now coming to what is the purpose of communication. The purpose of communication has three important factors. One is to inform, other is to persuade, and other is to direct. Like inform is like the anticipated outcome in inform is to share the knowledge from one individual to the other individual. And also the persuade is the sense the anticipated outcome is to change attitudes to affect an action. So if one individual is thinking that he wants something from the other, so he tries to persuade from his communication, from his or her communication. So it's direct. Now direct is like the anticipated outcome is to initiate an action. So communication also helps us in directing us to take an action. So like the picture says that we have three doctors, and it's a funny picture that and one of the doctors says that, and that is why we lived on three. So here in between the three doctors there's a communication gap. So the patient has fell on the ground because of there is no lack of communication between the three doctors. So next is communication at workplace is important. Yeah, the statement is true because it avoids confusion between the group of people, and it also provides a purpose, and it builds a positive company culture. It's like if the communication is clear, there would be no misunderstandings in between the groups and individual. So this leads to a positive company culture, and it also creates accountability in a workplace. So we'll be going to the basic forms of communication. We have two basic forms of communication. One is internal communication and also external communication. And in in the new era, some of the internal communication and the external communications are together. So internal communication are the intranet. Intranet is like actually it's an interface basically in one's organization. So this intranet is only for the group of people who are working in the organization, who can communicate each other within this intranet, and it differs from each organization. And also emails, meetings, training, and also newsletters, and also phone calls. So coming to the external communication is like communicating with the outside of the ones with the outside in the organization, like customers, the dealers, the distributors, and so on. So external communication includes advertising, news releases, conferences, speaking engagements, thought leadership, content marketing, and also email marketing. So it basically helps to have a relation with the ones who are outside the organization. Internal communication helps in building a relationship within the organization, where external communication helps building relationships with the ones outside the organization. So also there is one region where internal communication and external communication can be clubbed, which includes websites, social media, flyers, events, and also in environmental marketing. Also the most important thing, word of mouth, and job review sites, photographies, and also videos. So let's go into each of these communications in detail. So here comes external communication. So as the name suggests us that it's an exchange of information and messages between an individual and a group or an organization and other organizations outside the formal communication structure. For example, we have already spoken that the communication with investors, shareholders, and also suppliers. And also the consistency should be there and important in the external communication, because the image of the organization is extremely important with the outside stakeholders. So going into the internal communication, we can interpret from the word itself that it involves communication that exists within an organization, and it is one of the keys to success of an organization, which helps us in growing as an organization and as an individual too. So internal communication can be again broken into two parts, which is verbal communication and non-verbal communication. And furthermore, verbal communication can be broken into two more parts, which is oral communication and written communication. And also, non-verbal communication includes mostly the actions which are body involuntary happens when we communicate with others, which includes body language, facial expressions, movements, eye contact, nodding of the head, and also the physical appearance.